Hey everyone. So I'm going to stand still for a second while I just get the superstructure of the 1800s greenhouse, as I'm calling it, made of logs and material that I reclaimed from the site, and also some leftover material I had from building one of the cabins and a few extras that I picked up. This is the superstructure. I am just about the point where I'm going to cover it in modern materials, and by modern materials I mean I'm going to try to put a vinyl, oh sorry about that loud truck, I'm going to try to put a vinyl roof on it, a clear one, and then the sides, I'm going to show you something real quickly that I've been struggling with. Alright, someone's saying hello, so I had to wave at them, sorry about that. I get all kinds of strangers that say hello to me and I have no idea who's saying hello. But anyway, see these windows over here? Wanted to put them along this open side here. And I've been contemplating whether to just plastic them in from right now, do the ends and windows, and then later on this summer, when I get all the same kinds of windows, I can do them all in the same window. My issue is I don't want it to look like, I mean, I'm building it, you know, rough by hand, but I don't want it to look like it's a, well, look like a collage, for lack of a better term. That's the most, I crack myself up. That's the most sophisticated term I could think of. I don't want it to look like, you know, a collage, or like a Hooverville shack. But basically, this is the basics of it. Let me show you how I dealt with the uneven posts. I basically leveled, what do you call it, some 2x4s, again reclaimed 2x4s, but as I did so, there's a couple of bows in there. I have to go in, I have to clean up some things where I have to put some shims in to raise a couple of spots. So like right about here, you see a little bow. I kind of end up with an inelegant solution, but I'll fix that. In other words, the 2x4 bows down a little bit because it's an older one, but because I'm just using it for the top bar where the shelves are going to come out of, I didn't care really. I thought it just, you know, I could level it later, shim it out. But basically, this is the structure. And you can see the wood chips on the ground. I left some parts open because I have to go back and close in the outside so that rodents and such don't get in. I have to board it all up. But basically, I am shoving the wood chips into the cavity of the pallets. What I'm going to do is I'm going to build it up to the top level of this sacrificial board you see here, probably at a foot of wood chips when it's all said and done. And then over time, as it compresses, I will add more. The idea I am going for is I want to keep some humidity in here. I also want it to act as an insulation for me. And I want it to be a all-purpose floor. This is a complete experiment that I'm doing of using wood chips for the structure. I put the pallets down. I know they're going to sort of rot in time, but most of the pallets I'm using have oak members in them, which should last a while. But as they rot, it's okay, again, because the wood chips are all going to kind of compress and decompose down anyway. I have, again, I left this little area open so you could see what I'm doing, where I am filling the cavity in here with wood chips. And this has been painstakingly, or time-consuming. As I go through and I work from area to area to area, it's actually coming out really well, though. One other thing I wanted to show you, it's a little experiment. Once in a while, I do a little, you know, crazy experiment. I had a maple growing here. I intentionally integrated it into the inside, or part of it on the inside of the greenhouse, and part of it is on the outside, just a couple of sticks. Now what I'm going to have to do in time is I'm going to have to cut those away because they're basically going to just destroy the greenhouse. But I intentionally did it because I want to see what happens to a plant when you have, or a tree, when you have half of it in the greenhouse and half of it outside. I just kind of want to do a little experiment and see what happens. And eventually I'll probably cut it away, but for now, since it's sort of just coming up shoots, I just want to see what'll happen. If you want to write and tell me what'll happen, I'm open to it. You go ahead and do that. Let's see, what else can I tell you? The ribbing, I've got one more I have to put up in here, but the ribbing, I basically used wood strips. I put the poles up. This thing spans 40 feet from one side. Now you notice this door here is off center. This is intentional. This door is a little bit bigger than this one, oops, my finger, this one over here. And the reason is that I want to bring compost and a wheelbarrow and such through here. So I made the door just a little bit bigger, and I changed my mind after the fact. So if you noticed, I actually moved the post on the left out a little further. Originally, I intended on making that a 3.0 door, and the other one a 4.0 or a 48-inch door. I ended up making this one also 48 inches, but when I did, I moved the post at the last minute, so I ended up with a door that's offset. So that's why that's that way. It's not a mistake. It was just the last minute change of mind, and I don't care about it being offset because it's a greenhouse. This will all be covered over. As you can see, this is the late afternoon, and there's a lot of amazing sun coming through. I think I've shown you guys this already, but the compost bins are here. This is the back side of them, lined like a fence with alder strips, which again, if they decompose in time, I can replace them. Yes, it was a lot of work, but you know what? I'm having fun. I didn't mind. And then the stuff goes straight over to the greenhouse. I'm going to have areas that I'm going to leave open for taller plants and starts. This first area, when you come in to the left here, you can see how I've threaded the hose through, will be the area that I basically do all of the potting, and I'll have bins here with compost and other potting mediums, agricultural sulfur, things like that in it. Seeds, seed banks, seed drawers, you name it, whatnot. Across from it here will be kind of the, what I call starter trays. They will get the morning sun as it comes up, and also all day, and then the evening sun as well. Then as these things get, as they grow, I'll basically move them over to the other side. Again, this whole thing is 40 feet long, so 20-20. I will move it to this side, and eventually they will leave out this door here and head out into the hugelkultur beds and onto the property to be planted. And also, I put this here so that folks can drive up. If I ever decide to sell things out of here, I have an area where folks can drive up, pull up, get whatever it is, and or they can drive up, drive down through this little, where you see the pond. It's actually going to get rocked shortly. But it'll basically be a bridge. It goes around into a parking area that'll be beyond a little bit, and then comes back out and goes back out the area. Now, another thing I want to tell you guys, just for a little fun, you see this little straight road here? This is my landing strip for my little model airplane. It goes up, it comes down. I can fly it up to 400 feet and, you know, circle the property. It's just a fun little place. I can put a little camera on it, look at the property, look around the area, go back into the other side of the property there, and just up into the hills, you know, have a little fun with it. So, yeah, this is the structure. It's coming together, and it's, again, vernacular architecture, my style, my design, translated from an old 1800s greenhouse I saw in a book I was reading. I thought it'd be fun to make one out of stuff that was here. It's coming along, and as I, you know, put the roof on it and all that other good stuff, I will, you know, keep you updated. And as you can see, I need to trim off the edges here, but all that'll be done in time. I need to gusset all kinds of things, put bracing in left, right, whatnot, but just wanted to show this to you for now, the progress I'm making. It's Saturday evening about 5:45, so I'm knocking off and gonna go get some, actually make myself some dinner and go from there. All right, you guys, take good care. Hope you're enjoying the early March, let's just say, chores before gardening season starts. All right, take care.